Yeah.
Okay, everyone, fuck all of you. Anyway, we're starting the video now. This is going to be us ranking, Pixar movies. I don't normally do this shit, but I decided to, because fuck you all.
Yay.
And, oh yeah, we
Isn't
have
that
Jimmy
great?
Neutron here. Say hi everyone, Jimmy Neutron.
I'm Jimmy Neutron. Uh,
You may
yeah, just
know him
call me
from his
Jimmy.
hit, show on, Disney Plus, Jimmy Neutron, um,
The boy
female
genius.
idiot.
Wait, what? Alright, alright.
That's more
I think.
accurate to your description. Anyway, okay. So basically, on our screen, what we're seeing is a tier list, which we're going to be putting the Pixar films into. We're excluding the most recent two, which are Toy Story 4 um and Onward. I've seen both of them, and I'll probably include where they belong in the description of the video. If I don't, I'll do it in the comments if you remind me. Anyway, so personally, what's your bottom pick for this out of every Pixar movie?
I've seen Bugs Life, but I don't remember much of it. But I'm pretty sure that's the worst one. I'm just gonna say that now.
Honestly, it's down there definitely, but I wouldn't call it the worst one. There's definitely some terrible shit in here. Um, I would say, in my opinion, I would say Cars 2 is the worst because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, like in the context of the universe of Cars. Like, what does this have to do with anything? Why did you make this?
Is Cars 2 the one about spies?
Yeah, it's. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
liking it as a kid and then just totally forgot it existed. And then I realized how terrible it was and why I didn't understand the plot. So, anyway.
Uh, I haven't watched a lot of these movies in any recent.
Anyway, Cars 2, I'm going to put that one at the bottom out of these one. 2 is number 22 on our list, I would say. Anyway, next up, I'll put Bugs Life at number 21 on our list. So, Bugs Life and Cars 2 are both bad movies, in my opinion. Bugs Life, honestly, is just kind of weird, and I don't get it. I mean, I might just be a stupid child, but, I don't get this movie. It just didn't appeal to me as much as a lot of these other movies are.
Are you still talking about Cars 2? Because I just had
I'm
to
talking
deal with
about
my
both Cars 2
brother.
and Bugs Life.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I put Cars 2 at number 22 and Bugs Life at number 21.
Okay.
Alright, so what's your next choice?
My next choice. Wait.
That's not Bugs Life or Cars 2.
Uh, my next choice for what?
The worst movie.
Oh, so we're going down and then.
Yeah, we're going reverse order.
All right. Then.
We didn't rehearse this, by the way. This is all improv. If you couldn't tell, I mean it's pretty obvious, but
I mean, a lot of these movies are pretty good, but
I have my two choices if you say one or the other. There's only two other films that I would consider bad out of any Pixar films.
I haven't watched The Good Dinosaur, but I heard that was pretty bad.
So yeah, I would agree
So
with.
I'm gonna go with that next.
Yeah, okay. So that one we'll put at number 20. So that one will be number 20, I guess. And then at number 19, I'm gonna put Brave. Everyone says this is one of the weaker Pixar films. I personally agree with them. It's just very disappointing, and I honestly think it deserves its number.
I would put that in
19
at
spot.
least D because I thought it was a pretty decent movie. I'm not gonna
Brave is.
lie.
I feel like Brave can pass for a movie at least. It's a movie. I can say that, and it
It's better
actually
than
has
other
some
things.
decent. It I feel like some characters have decent development, but overall the comedy feels like it flops a lot, and it feels like there's not a lot of it feels very like just Brother Bear ripoff. If that, I feel like that's the best way to describe it. It's just a Brother Bear ripoff made by a better animation company. So
Cool.
anyway, okay. Hmm.
It's very hard to go down and up because you don't know. I can't really decide which movies here are actually that bad.
Well, There's two. I would say there's a few movies on here that are like decent. This is more of the decent movies now. We're getting into actually like decent films that are 5 out of 10s or
Yeah,
above.
but it's still difficult because there's a lot of decent movies.
Yeah,
Uh, hmm.
I have two choices if you can't decide.
Yeah, you go.
Alright, so after Brave, I would put Incredibles 2. It was kind of disappointing. You expect a lot more from the series and a lot more time and effort, especially since it took them 15 years. And it seems like they just kind of rushed the villain, or at least rewrote completely the villain. So, I mean, it does have a good heart at it, though, and it is not as good as the original, but still a fantastic movie and something that deserves praise. And so that's number 18. And number 17 is Finding Dory, another decent film. It's pretty much the same, except for the villain thing. It was just kind of disappointing and decent. It followed up on all the themes of the original, but yet it didn't live up to the legacy that the original had. So I would put it as our last spot in the D tier.
Hmm. Honestly, I think Monsters University would be down there too. I didn't really like that
So I'll
movie,
put
but
that in C tier. Honestly, I subjectively I love the movie. Objectively, it's a pretty bad movie. I don't know why I like it so much. I just do. This is one of those movies that I enjoy and I'll watch from time to time. So I think it gets a good C. Would you say that's a fine spot for
yeah,
it?
that's a fine
I don't think it's as. I think
rating for
Finding Dory objectively is like on par with Monsters University, but I would say personally I prefer Monsters University to Finding Dory.
all right, C tier now.
And then I'm
Okay,
gonna
this is
pick a
gonna be
here. I'm gonna pick one more film to put in here. I'm gonna say
Inside
Cars
Out.
3. Honestly,
Oh, okay.
um, I don't know. I don't really care for Cars 3 too much. It was kind of just. It was good, I will say that, but it wasn't my favorite, and I think there was a lot they could have done better. Um, so you want to make your next choice for C tier, the last one in C tier,
Inside Out.
Inside
I'm
Out.
gonna say
All
that
right.
it
I don't
would.
completely agree with you on this one, but I do think it is a decent movie. I don't. It doesn't match up to the level of a lot of those classic Pixar films, but at the same time, it does really do a good job at trying to reinvigorate that classic
Yeah.
style of movie. Um,
It
Anyway,
was
up on
just.
to our B tier. I'm gonna pick first for this one. I'm gonna say. I'm honestly gonna say Toy Story 3. Um,
I don't remember like any of the Toy Story movies, so it's up to you on that one.
yeah, Toy Story 3, in my opinion, is the worst of them. A lot of people disagree. My personal favorite is Toy Story 2, but I just personally think Toy Story 3 and 2 are pretty similar. That's a pretty common opinion I know of. I think they're pretty similar, and I feel like 3, while doing a good job, isn't as good, particularly, as the other two, and isn't really as good as any other movies on this list. Do you have any recommendations for the B tier?
Uh, hmm. So what's left? Monsters Inc. Toy Story, Toy Story 2. Hmm.
I would say there's 3 movies I would put in. There's 3 that I think belong in B tier. There's 3
God,
more.
this is difficult. Okay. I haven't watched any of these movies recently. I'm scared. Please help me. People are
Do
gonna
you
get
want me to
mad.
do one for you?
Yes.
Alright, so, honestly, I'm gonna put Cars right there. Cars 1 was a really good movie, personally, but it as a franchise and what it started is kind of a fundamentally broken idea at its core. There's a whole video on it on a different reviewer's channel. I think Shrey Frillis Productions. That's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, he makes a really good in-depth video about that. Um, I would check that out. But anyway, I thought it was good for the ideas, and I thought it had a really good theme to it. That was an echo. Anyway, um, I'm gonna pick one more for B tier. You have any
All
input?
right.
I'm thinking between 2 movies right now.
I have some inputs on A and S because,
Alright,
well,
so I'm just gonna pick my last film for B tier then. I'm gonna put.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I'm gonna just say this real quick. A lot of the movies I see, I just like because, well,
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like them. So I'm not very good at making like big judgments on movies.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
hard
really.
with Pixar because a lot of these later movies are very consistently good, so it's hard to really judge them too harshly against each other. But honestly, I'm gonna give up the B spot. The first 10 minutes really put a lot of hope and make it seem a lot better than it ends up being. It's still a good movie, but it's just outshined by its first 10 minutes, and really a lot of people need to stop focusing on that part and start focusing
Okay.
on it as a movie as a whole.
Uh, so I have a recommendation for A tier.
All right, so the bottom
Uh,
of A
find
tier.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna agree with you on that one.
To be
Finding,
honest, watching that as a little kid, that was a bit scary.
hmm yeah, that's a little kid.
That
That's a little scary as a tiny child. Um, Honestly, it's a pretty good movie, and it is the highest grossed Pixar movie when adjusted for inflation. Same with Finding Dory; those two combined were the two highest grossing films of Pixar, adjusted for
I still
inflation.
see. I
And
still
honestly,
see it as a super good movie,
yeah,
though.
it's honestly a great movie, but like there's so many better choices. Honestly, it's just outshined by a lot of these fantastic movies. After this, or after Finding Nemo, I'm personally going to put Toy Story. Toy Story, it is one of the greatest Pixar movies and one of the greatest animated movies. But then again, there's so many fantastic choices on this list that you really could give it to any of them, and I wouldn't disagree with you if you put Toy Story as your number one.
Right.
Do you have an input?
Thinking. Uh,
So I would say we put 2 more in A tier, and then we put the final 4 in S tier.
yeah. If I'm gonna, is that Toy Story 4 or?
Toy Story 4 and Onward aren't on this list, so I'm just gonna say I would put Toy Story 4 in um,
Yeah, I
A
would
tier
put.
with Toy Story 1. I consider them on par. How about you?
Yeah, I would put Toy Story 4 in A tier.
They're
That was
they're
our.
they're pretty on par. They're both very good movies. I would say 1 is
It,
a little bit better, but 4 still is a fantastic movie.
yeah, I like the ending of it. It really
Mhm.
left it to like, well, an
Mhm.
ending that would have actually been wanted,
Yeah.
and didn't like continue the series and then kill it. You know,
Yeah.
like. What if? good movies.
And Onward, I would personally put in C tier. I'd say it's between Inside Out and Cars 3. Honestly,
Oh yeah, definitely.
because it's a good adventure movie. Honestly, it's just lacking in a little bit of
Wait, did
I
you
just
not
don't
get
feel
Onward on the?
Onward
Cause you,
and Toy Story 4 on this list right now.
oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I
I
would put
didn't see
Onward in
that.
C tier and Toy Story 4 in A tier. Anyway, on to the big six. These are like the top best six movies of Pixar has ever made.
Okay, we just need to get this out here real quick. Wally, that's a definite S tier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put
Yeah.
that at number one. This is the best movie Pixar had ever made,
Very
and
visually appealing movie.
one of the best animated movies. There is a small flaw in it, but really it's pretty minuscule. The fact that the villain is a little bad. I personally don't see it, but I hear a lot of people complain about that, so I'm gonna mention it here. So a lot of people think the villain is pretty bad. I don't see it, but yeah, I can say that that is a good point against it. But but yeah, it's so fantastic in its visuals and its storytelling that it really deserves something better than this. It's kind of a work of art. I mean, not
Um.
it's up there with the best animated movies of all time, like Spirited Away or
Okay.
Mona Lisa.
Ratatouille. That's an S tier right
Yeah,
there.
Ratatouille's definitely up
Very
there.
nice story.
Number
My
two.
favorite part was when the grandma grabbed the double barrel. Duh.
Honestly, Pixar, these two movies, Wall-E and Ratatouille, really show how Pixar knows how to tell a story, and is honestly one of some great animated achievements that are going to be hard to outdo. Um, I'm gonna put two more in. We need to put two more in each tier. I'm just gonna start off. I'm gonna put Toy Story 2 in A tier because I just don't think it. These five movies are just honestly a little better than the Toy Story movies. Personally, I just find them a lot better. And we put one more in A tier. Hmm. I would say Monsters Inc. is a definite S tier too. Monsters Inc. is another
I'm
work of
having
art.
trouble deciding if Coco should be an A tier or an S tier
Yeah,
because
these two movies are pretty on par with each other in my opinion. And they're both fantastic movies in
it
their
will.
own way.
Hmm,
I would say put Coco in A tier. It has a small
yeah,
lack of tension. Incredibles is pretty well made and doesn't really have many flaws. It just doesn't really appeal to me as much as a lot of people. It might to a lot of people, personally.
yeah. Incredibles like really left you wanting more of it,
Mm-hmm.
especially at the big cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah, the
That was
Underminer, and what they did with two. I like the intro to two. That was pretty good, but then the movie just kind of slowly got worse until the ending.
I thought the villain was pretty cool though.
For
Uh,
which one? Syndrome?
two,
Two?
two.
I hated the villain. Screenslaver. I thought the visuals were cool, but like
Yeah, like
the
visually
twist
cool.
villain was so bad though. The twist, like, why did she even trust her in the first place? Like that doesn't make any sense. Just because. Why did she trust
That
this random lady? Because she made him her fucking necklace.
that name though, screensaver.
Yeah, that's a pretty good name. Hmm.
Really, really relating to the teens here, guys.
I mean,
Like
it's not as bad as
we
Screen
gotta get
Time.
hip with the kid.
Okay, can we go off on a tangent real
Okay,
quick on
okay.
these?
That's the subject for another time. Okay.
Okay,
All
let
right.
me just go over real quick.
We're talking
Screen
about
Time
Pixar
is one of the
movies
worst
right
characters
now.
ever created, and we need to kill it. Okay,
Y'all
we'll
want
go over that in
yeah,
another
some
video.
internet gas?
Internet gas. Anyway, this is all right. So let's go through it in normal order now. Um, The first number one film is Wall-E, if we can agree with that one, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait, can I just say something?
Uh-huh.
I would actually bump up Incredibles 2 a space to C tier
Alright.
because I mean, come on, it's incredible. It was still a pretty decent movie.
Alright. Hmm.
Like
I kind of feel like
it
bumping
was it
down
was under
Cars and then Cars 3. I feel like doing that and then doing this. Like, does that look fine? I feel like this looks a little better, in my opinion.
yeah, that's.
I mean, oh
I
wait, so
think we
Cars
did
3 will go
pretty
right
decent
there. You're right.
without hopefully pissing everyone off too much. There are a bit. There are like a couple things I don't fully agree with, but I can definitely see like why you would do like put them because well, I suck at critiquing.
Yeah. Incredibles 2 is, it's really well animated, which is what we expect from the studio, but that's kind of, it's really well animated, it's got a lot of really good visuals, honestly. So it was some of the best in any Pixar movie.
See, I think that a lot of people were just like happy that they even got an Incredibles 2 because 15 years in waiting, it didn't look like they were actually gonna
Hmm.
get another movie.
Yeah. But I guess we did, so. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go through it in normal order now. Wally's number one, Ratatouille's number two. I also don't think we touched on Ratatouille a lot. Why we put it there? Um, it Ratatouille is one of, in my opinion, has some fantastic storytelling elements. How it, in the moral of the moral, which is like, or the entire like theme of the movie, or I guess I don't know, the common catchphrase for the movie. Anyone can cook
It made the
is,
food look good.
yeah, the food looked really
That's all
good.
I have to say.
Yeah, anyway. The phrase anyone can cook, like I feel like at the beginning of the movie they didn't really expand on that, but by the end it was such an intricate and brilliant phrase that really I don't know, it really spoke to me in some way. And I find the storytelling in the of such a strange idea that they took a chance on to be so compelling and good is rather incredible, and I would consider it to be um, another work of art up there with Wall-E. Honestly, those two movies are the biggest two works of art out of any Pixar film. Monsters Inc. close following. It's very good. Monsters Inc. is very good. Not the best, obviously, because we didn't put it at number one. But honestly, Monsters Inc. is just a kind of another incredible movie, and
That
it
spider
really,
guy was scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
The heart of the movie is so, even though it's still like a movie about monsters, and for some reason the entire idea of your power plant workers being celebrities doesn't make sense to me for some reason.
Black Spider-Man.
Like,
Haha.
no, if you thought about it in like in our world, like imagine power plant workers being our celebrities.
Oh God. Oh no.
I mean, wouldn't that, no, it just seems like such an unusual
That's kind of
idea
strange.
to
Like,
us. Like, it seems like such a foreign concept to
don't
have.
power plant workers already like risk their lives and stuff? Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, you're kind of always risking your life if you do anything in
Yeah,
general.
so this is the solution. Stay in your house and record videos where you talk about movies that you have no involvement in
No, that's
making.
too dangerous.
It's
It
too
could start
dangerous.
raining,
Yeah,
and you
we're
might
we're
touch
we're
a
real
toaster.
risk takers here.
Very, very much.
Anyway, at number four is The Incredibles. Um, watch this incredible movie.
Wow.
I'm sure no one's made that joke before.
Actually, I've never heard that joke before, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
someone's probably already made that
Yeah,
as a
it's like
joke
it's probably
of a
been done
joke.
like 500 times in Incredibles reviews.
Mm,
Okay, number five.
incredible.
Okay, number five is Coco. Good movie, good heart. It was fantastic. I loved the visuals. Although the old lady was kind of creepy, not gonna lie.
Very colorful. That
Yeah, it was very like poetic and smart, well made, definitely, and deserves.
However, I think when Coco decided to just run away from his family, that was kind of a stupid move.
I mean, it was
It's,
stupid on his part, but then in retrospect, you look at it and it's like, I mean, it makes sense why he did it. Kind of like in the moment,
and
it seems like such a good idea to him because like, what the fuck else is he gonna do? Just stand there and take it? Just imagine the movie though, except like instead of him running away, he just sits there and gets yelled at by his parents for 2 hours.
he gets fucking grounded.
Yeah,
Gets he
I know.
basically gets grounded in hell.
Also, I'm kind of confused on how he convinced his parents that to take up music again. I mean, I know at the end they did the whole Grandma Coco thing with where they had her singing the "Remember Me" song, but honestly, I
So
don't think that
sad,
would have
cry every
convinced their
time.
parents to completely start loving music again, and just would have made them think that the grandma was
Yeah,
crazy.
that part's a bit strange to
Yeah, like
just
they just immediately. I know it took a year before between that time, but like,
oh,
how does everyone automatically believe this? Like, there's not a lot of proof that he has on him to prove all these stories and about what happened to Hector. So I don't know. It's just it didn't. That ending part was a little strange to me. Toy Story 2, one of the greatest Toy Story movie in my opinion.
haha. I think
It's
Toy Story is overrated.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well made. Um, it's a little better than 1 and 4. I think 3 being the worst, 2 being the best, and 1 being like the second or third, tied with fourth. Tied with the fourth movie. I don't know. It's getting confusing with all these numbers. Number 8 is Finding Nemo. Good movie. The animation didn't age too well, honestly. The animation in Monsters Inc. looks a little better, in my opinion, even though it came out 2 years earlier. But it's still a good movie, and I really enjoyed it. Um, Up, number 9, another great movie. Uh, I overshadowed by its first 10 minutes, honestly. Its first 10 minutes are kind of a work of art, and then the other like majority of the movie is just kind of a nice movie. Um, Number 10, Toy Story 3. Good movie.
Yay.
Inside Out was pretty masterful, and it felt like a nice work of art. I don't think it was as good as the movies above it because they were all pretty well made and well polished movies. But Inside Out is such a um,
Inside
novel
Out,
idea.
definitely. I don't think that would relate too well with an older audience.
Boomers.
Yeah, boomers.
We don't have insides. What
They've
the
all
fuck
been
is a brain?
replaced with every bone in my body has been replaced by steel
Metal.
plating.
I don't know. It might relate to old people more because they have more emotions because they're almost dead.
Oh, that took a morbid turn.
Now it's turned
But
into
sure,
Coco.
I'll just go with that. Yeah.
Okay. Cars, a good movie, fundamentally broken idea, but still a good movie. Monsters University, another great movie. I stopped counting, but this is number
Imagine if the car
13
is
and 14.
for transport.
Imagine the car, like, those, like, have you ever seen those pictures where they show, like, what if the creatures inside the car shells got out of the car?
Oh no.
Like, do they live in, how did this happen? It's like,
You see, what happened
how
was
did the cars
turtles
build,
evolved
how did the
to
cars build
have
roads, is my question.
how did they build the machine that makes the road?
Yeah, how did they do any of this? They don't have
Oh
arms.
yeah.
Was it those
Wait,
forklift things? How
wait,
did
wait,
metal
wait.
become sentient? This doesn't make any sense.
What if the wheels are made out of tiny fingers? Oh no.
What the fuck? Anyway, Monsters in University. That is number. That is number 13. Monsters University. Good movie. I mean it's decent actually. More like.
It had a good plot. I think
Yeah,
the story was
it was kind of a
good,
pretty
but
like basic and story. It's just a Revenge of the Nerd story, but I think it's a
they
lot
could
better
have made
than.
the monsters at least a bit scarier.
Yeah,
I want to say.
Dean Hardscrabble, while being pretty creepy, wasn't that scary, honestly. I mean, I could beat her up. You just need to
Top
get
10
enough.
monster. We should do one of those.
Water Noose was so fucking scary
We
though.
should do
Like,
one of those lists of monster characters we can beat in a fight.
honestly, I think that I think that Water Noose is probably like the best, like the scariest Pixar
Who's
character.
Water News?
Water, Mr. Water Noose. Anyway, I think he's the scariest Pixar character out of all of them. Especially that scene where he starts trying to rip open the door, like, and he's
Oh, that guy.
screaming, and he's like,
Yeah, no, he's
while Sully's
very.
trying to put the door in, he's just like screaming,
That scared the
"Let me
shit out of me.
in! Open
Like,
this door, Sullivan!" He's just like clawing at the door. It's like, holy shit, that's scary. Anyway, that was pretty off topic. Incredibles 2, good movie, bad villain. Cars 3, good movie. That's all I gotta say. It wasn't really that spectacular, but it wasn't very bad. Finding Dory,
yeah, I thought the new characters were a bit dumb.
Finding Dory, wasn't bad, wasn't good. It's just it's there. It exists. Brave is the first bad movie that, well, not the first bad movie. We still have Bugs Life and Cars 2, but it's the best of their bad movies, which I would consider those four as.
Hey,
Um,
better than nothing.
yeah. Actually, though, they probably could have made like new instead, and it would have been better. The Good Dinosaur. It's just a bad movie. It's bland. It's boring. Um, it's just bad. Bugs Life. Um, honestly, it's kind of creepy. All the
The
character
characters
design.
look like actual, like, shit.
Yeah, like the fucking textures. I mean, we probably couldn't do better, but honestly, the textures are really fucking scary.
Yeah, but we're just two dumbass kids.
Yeah, how the
Like,
fuck are we supposed to? I don't think, and I feel like gathering food for a bunch of insects isn't really a relatable story.
you know what? I bet in the future, two dumbass kids would just be able to make a movie of that
Yeah, honestly,
quality
what do you
in
think
like
we're trying to do with that
a matter of
Dean
like
movie?
5 months.
I'm gonna, bro, this whole COVID-19 thing has, like, rescheduled the entire Dean movie. Like, I thought I was putting it off, but holy shit, this has put it off a lot. Like, I don't think we're gonna be able to shoot it until, like, February of next year.
I'm sorry, fans, but my high quality acting is as the villain is just. Someone's knocking on my door. Hold on.
What? No, hold on 1 second. 2 seconds.
Okay, hold on.
See, like straight in the.
I've moved out into the hallway. There
Oh,
are no other human beings to
okay.
distract me. Oh,
Alright, and then finally, this is gonna wrap up the video. The worst Pixar movie is gotta be Cars 2, honestly. It's a bad movie. Don't watch it, it's bad. I hate it. I want
they took
to die.
a really interesting turn with the Cars series
Yeah, they
there.
didn't.
Like, they literally,
They ditched
like,
the
how did
whole idea.
Cars build guns into themselves? Like, what the fuck?
Like, what kind of child is supposed to understand an entire, like, conspiracy theory about an
I don't
alternative
even
fuel
remember what
company
their goal was.
trying to blow up cars for using non-alternative fuel? It's like, what the fuck? How is anyone?
Only part I liked is that Mater got to keep the rocket.
And then it spawned countless Tow Mater spin-offs.
Yeah.
Including Tokyo Mater, which we watched the other day. And
Wait, Tokyo Mater?
yeah, Tokyo Mater.
What the hell is that?
It's a movie where he turns into a car. Like, instead of like he turns into
It's a movie where he turns into a car.
He turns into like a drift, like a Tokyo drift car, and he starts racing against this. It's not even a movie. It's
Is
like
that
a
one of the?
fucking
Is that
short.
one of those shorts?
Yeah, it's one of the shorts. It's like he turns into a fucking Tokyo drifter, and he like races this really poorly constructed Japanese man, but he's a car. It doesn't make any sense, and I got very confused. Like Lightning McQueen shows up halfway through for no reason. He's not even there. He wasn't
Wow.
even involved in the story until like nearly the end. And it's the only one of those Tow Mater spin-off ones, like those shorts where he tells the Tow Mater's tall tales or whatever, where he doesn't actually have proof that he did the thing at the end, which I find weird. Like, every other one had actual proof behind it. Like, remember when if you know the UFO one, I'm sorry if I know too much about these because I've watched them when I was a kid, but if you know the UFO one, he actually starts to fly at the end of that one. But in this one, he just puts wood on his ass and he starts dragging along the ground. I'm not even joking. Anyway, this 40-minute recording will be split down into like 20 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to my friend Jimmy Neutron for coming out today.
Yes.
Anyway,
Can
if
I
you
say
haven't
something?
yet, don't click the subscribe button because I suck. And if you hate yourself, do click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. This has been Carrot. Carrot Pie High. I hate myself too. Join the club.
Your outros are really good. I just want to say that, right?
Yeah.
Like, now there's something I can actually fucking relate to. Hi.
If you would like to hate yourself with this community, please do. We do have. I just want to do a quick update on the Dean film. Originally,
that film is screwed currently.
Yeah, the filming was planned for literally the weekend that the.
We're not gonna be able to film until probably next September.
Yeah, the planning, it couldn't have worked out worse because the planning for when we were going to film, like when we were starting the filming, was the weekend that the shutdown happened, or that the state quarantines happened. I'm like, bruh. It's like
the funny part is, I bet none of us are actually affected. Because,
yeah, none of us are good at acting. That's the thing. But we're still gonna try, and we're still gonna have fun doing it.
I didn't say we weren't good at acting. I said
this is a passion project. By the way, Jimmy Neutron will be playing the villain. If you see him in the movie, that's Jimmy Neutron in real life.
Yeah, I'm the villain. Bald. I'm really. I wear a Nerf rifle mask because I'm edgy.
Yeah, and It's supposed to be, by the way, just making sure y'all know, the original Dean films all got deleted off the channel. I don't know why he did it, but he did.
I have the final episode
Yeah, we
saved.
have all the episodes saved, and we'll probably re-upload them as like a whole like clip show together.
Okay.
In the meantime, while we wait for this postponed film to finish production.
I love how. Okay, so when we were filming the final film,
Hmm.
like me, we like planned out the whole fight scene, and then we just didn't follow the fight scene.
I'm
We just
guessing
got
he actually tried to beat you up.
complete. Uh, kind of, I guess. Like he does put force in his acting, if you can call it that.
Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. If you guys enjoyed, please, or if you didn't enjoy and you hate yourself, please subscribe. Um, wait for the Dean film. Be patient; it'll come out in 1 year. 2021 release. Okay. Thank you all so much for
That is
watching.
not a guarantee.
That's not a guarantee. We might forget about it and never do it, but right now it's scheduled to come out in late 2021. So I thank you all for watching. I hate myself. I hate you, and get out.